Today, the House committee tasked with drafting a new law restricting abortion in South Carolina made its recommendations.
The committee started its work after the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade last month. News 19's Becky Buds is at the State House with those details.
Exceptions for rape or incest are not included in this draft legislation that would ban nearly all abortions in South Carolina. However, the panel is keeping exceptions for the life and health of the mother.
The number one thing that this bill does is to end the practice of abortion being used as birth control in our state.
Chairman of the Abortion Ad Hoc Committee, Representative John McCravey, outlining legislation aiming to ban abortion in South Carolina. The draft legislation lists specific health conditions, including miscarriage, molar pregnancy, and ectopic pregnancies that would allow doctors to perform abortions.
The number one thing this bill does not do is endanger the health care of women in any way.
The draft doesn't restrict in vitro fertilization or contraceptions and doesn't criminalize people for getting an abortion. However, it does include criminal penalties for those who perform illegal abortions. Restrictions on traveling to another state for an abortion are not included in the draft. The panel's recommendations come after 7 hours of a public testimony hearing 2 weeks ago. Outside, protesters were chanting both for and against abortion rights. Inside, several lawmakers questioned the unintended effects of the bill.
Roe versus Wade has been the law of this land for 50 years. I don't believe that we can answer South Carolina's issue on how it's going to impact us in with two meetings.
Politicians need to stay out of the medical room. Again, I repeat, politicians need to stay out of the medical room.
Representative Josiah Magnuson proposed an amendment that would criminalize obtaining medication that would induce an abortion. However, it was quickly tabled by the committee. The panel made these recommendations in a 9-3 vote. The House Judiciary Committee will take up this bill in the coming weeks. Reporting out the State House, Becky Buds, News 19 WLTX.
Well, a lawsuit against South Carolina's current law, which bans abortion at 6 weeks, was filed last week by Planned Parenthood and several other groups. They say the law violates the state's constitutional right to privacy, equal protection, and due process.
We want to take a closer look at the House members making up the committee that are crafting this new abortion bill. There are 12 lawmakers, as you can see, on the committee, which is chaired by Representative John McCravey, who is out of Greenwood. While the push for stricter abortion laws is coming from GOP lawmakers, this is a bipartisan committee. 8 members are Republicans, 4 Democrats are on the committee. Of those 12 committee members, you can see the breakdown of men and women. There are 8 men and 4 women. And the districts, 2 districts in the Midlands are represented on the committee. Lexington Republican Micah Caskey and Sumter Democrat David Weeks.
Well, over